Good afternoon, and thanks for having me, you guys. My name is Duane Hanson. I'm a sitting West Fargo City Commissioner, and I am running again for re-election for the same position, obviously.
Okay. What are the most important issues in your race?
There's a lot of things going on out in West Fargo, you guys. One of the things that I think is going to be, probably doesn't get a lot talked about, but what's going to be really important over the next probably decade is our aging infrastructure and how we're going to try to fix all that, and more importantly, how we're going to pay for that. Along with that, it's just going to be the continued thing that we've got going on with the city of Fargo right now, which is we've got a water program with you guys. We're getting ready to hook up with our sewage program with you guys this fall. And then along with that is going to be the decommissioning of our lagoons. That's never been done in the state of North Dakota to that degree. So it's going to be kind of a learning experience. I'm pretty excited to see how that's going to go. It's going to be a real opportunity for us out there. And then just when it boils right down to it, just providing services that people expect and have, we've been providing out there for years and years, but to try to keep costs, of course, at a minimum as we possibly can. So those are kind of the big ticket items, along with, of course, just the continued growth that we see and how we can manage that.
And what would you do to try to address these issues?
The infrastructure one is a tough one. I mean, you guys, there's been a lot of conversation in Fargo about special assessments, and some changes made last night with you guys. We are getting ready to have a lot more conversation about that. We need to do some changes actually with our downtown area. It needs to be some infrastructure needs to be fixed down there. Before we do that, we're going to have some more conversation about how we're going to pay for that. It's just going to take a lot of conversation with a lot of smart people to try to figure out how to do that. A dollar is a dollar no matter where you get it from, but we're going to work hard to try to figure that out. As far as everything else, it's just going to be kind of a work in progress. We've got things are pretty much done with the city of Fargo as far as the septic hookup is coming up. That'll be bid here in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully be done by fall. The lagoon systems, there again, we're excited to start that, but it's just going to be a kind of a work in progress to see how that goes. So we've got smart people out there, and I think we'll just rely on them and engineers to make sure that we get all that done as quickly as we can.
What differentiates you from your opponents, and why should someone vote for you?
Wonderful question. I started public service in this community in 1999. I served 11 years with the West Fargo School Board. I'm on 8 years now with the city. I figured out a way to get things done on boards and commissions. I'm just one of 5. I'm no more powerful than anybody else, and so you present ideas. You work with your fellow commissioners to try to get those ideas across, and sometimes you get them across, and sometimes you don't. I've gotten to be pretty good at that. Maybe that's because that's kind of what I do for a living, a lot of it, but part of it's just how to deal with people, and I've learned a lot about that. So I think that differentiates me from some people that's just coming off the street that has really no idea what it's like to come into a bureaucracy, because bureaucracies are, a lot of them are very etched in stone. You hear a lot of, we've always did it that way. That's not what we want to hear. We want to be able to think outside that box a little bit, come up with some new ideas, and try to figure out things that could, be good for the city of West Fargo and the citizens of West Fargo, because that's got to be what we're there for, and no other reason.